Hey there! Let's begin with setting up our devices to demo our TFTP backup. A switch, a router, a server, some cables here and there, and we are ready to go. Next up, let's assign our server with an IP address, subnet mask, and its default gateway. Please note, the default gateway is the IP address of the router in this case. Next up, let's assign the router with an IP address and its subnet mask. Don't forget to turn up the interface. Now, let's test sending a packet from the router to the server to check connectivity. Nice! The ping is a success. Now click on the server and under the Services menu, click on TFTP and turn on the service. Now, let's go back to the router under CLI mode, where most of the magic will take place. Let's go to config mode by entering the command enable, or EN in short form, followed by config T or configure terminal. Now, let's do some basic configurations such as giving our router a host name and passwords. We will test this later on by recovering all these configurations from our TFTP server. Now we will exit and try to enter enable mode and config mode to test if the router has the configurations we just made. Yes, the hostname and passwords configurations have been successfully applied. Now, let's save the running config to the TFTP server, basically our backup just in case something happens to our router. To do this, we use the running config and startup config and press enter. Now our changes is saved in memory. Next up, we apply these changes to our TFTP server. Copy running config TFTP is the command. We give our file name as backup and the destination source as the IP address of the TFTP server. Now we check our server under TFTP services, and the backup file we just created in the router should appear in the server. Now we test if the backup actually works. We now delete the router and place a new router without any configurations and try to recover everything. Let's get the cables going and make sure to give the same IP address as the router that we just deleted. Now, let's test getting the recovery of the previous router to this router. As you can see, the hostname and passwords are not configured. To recover all the configurations, we enter the command copy TFTP running config. Enter the IP address of the TFTP server and the file name as backup, which we created previously. Now we can see the router is accessing the TFTP from the IP address we just gave. Hooray! Our configurations is recovered. As we can see, the original hostname is recovered. Now, let's exit and check if the passwords are applied. Perfect. This is how we set up and recover configurations using TFTP. And just to add icing to the cake, let's do the show run and check for the recovered configurations.
Great.
Thanks for watching.